Afternoon, good evening, Mr. Mark. Thank you so much for being here, for taking care of the frequency, and being helping with the situation. Well, I wanted to thank you on the name of everybody in the American Red Cross for the South Florida region, and special, the people in the Keys and Miami, which are, the active member of the communication team. And I appreciate that you share with us all your knowledge about the storms and especially about the hurricane. I, oh my goodness. Let me say that Idalia. Okay, a hurricane Idalia. So back to you, Whiskey 4, Oscar Vector Tango. This is Whiskey 7, Hotel United, over.
Okay, very good. I got a good copy on you. We had a nice group of stations stop by to say hello. A few questions. A couple of stations had a similar question. It's what is the affiliation, partnership, or connection, if any, with the Hurricane WatchNet? And I did let folks know that 14325 was active today, but so far I've not seen 7.268. So that was a question that came up, was if there's any collaboration between the Red Cross and the Hurricane WatchNet, between what's happening here to what's happening there. And then another question was, how long, a gentleman asked, how long do you expect to be on the air this evening? I believe those were the main questions. And I will turn it back to you and just be here until called upon. So I'll do my best to be available if anyone has a question or if you have one. Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform W4OVT, standing by.
Okay, Whiskey 4, Oscar Victor Tango. This is Whiskey 7, Hotel United returning. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to answer you the question. There is no collaboration between both net. However, I'm willing to collaborate. We're here just to spread the word, to create awareness of the situation. And, actually, that's part of the main job. Our communication director, Eddie Rodriguez, actually told me that, activating it, and I'm passing him. He's actually watching also the live stream on YouTube and passing to all the head people on the organization. And if somebody needs an emergency, I have his number. He will, direct the situation, the message, or the concern, or the emergency to the respective authorities. So that is what is going on. And I'll try to be here as long as the propagation allows me, and also the neighbor turn on some lights. I think they have some. It have like 33 lights on. Now I think I have only 14, and the noise is sustainable, acceptable. But if they turn on the full 33, then I won't be able to transmit anymore, and then I'll keep on the YouTube. Thank you so much, Mark. I wanted to say hello to Ham Radio Live, my buddy there in Washington State. Whiskey Bravo 2 Delta X-Ray, my buddy there in Joshem in Germany. Thank you, Delta Hotel 1 Kilo Juliet. Thank you, Joe, from Germany. Okay, back to you, Kilo Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango, Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Could you please tell me, before I can read anything, tell me what is the situation with Idalia, and what do you think, what is going to be expected for landfall and the category? Can you please tell me what you think, and based on the information that you have been reviewing the past couple of hours? Over.
Okay, happy to provide that information. of the 5 p.m. Update from the National Hurricane Center, Idalia was upgraded to Category 2. It has 100 mile per hour sustained winds, higher winds and gusts, but that's the sustained wind speed, and that is reflective of movement due north. The storm continues as it has been all day, moving at 0 degree straight northward. At some point, a slight turn to the north-northeast is forecast, and that will be continuing, the National Hurricane Center believes, until landfall. It's worth mentioning that a few of the models today are staying with the more northerly track to continue with a later turn to the northeast east. So that'll be something to watch. As far as intensity at landfall, the official forecast is for a Category 3 storm at landfall. Now, there are some environmental variables there that could affect that, but that's the official forecast. And that's tomorrow morning, sometime after sunrise, that landfall is expected. Forward speed is increased to 16 miles per hour in the latest update, and the storm has continued to pick up forward speed, and that's expected to continue. So once it gets inland, it's going to make quick work of getting across Florida. The question is, when does that northeast turn happen? It will determine where it exits off the southeast coast. Right now, it's forecast to be just north of Jacksonville, which would put Jacksonville on the more severe side of the hurricane, what we call the northeast quadrant, and then continue up the east coast briefly until exiting into the Atlantic Ocean. This will not become a nor'easter, so it's going to spend very little time. So for most areas, this is going to be a daytime storm. It should move through the Jacksonville area before sunset, and then the folks a little further north and east as the coastline goes up into the Savannah, Hilton Head, South Carolina area, they likely will experience some deteriorating weather there is after sunset. But that'll be short-lived because the storm then is expected to go take all of its fury out into the Atlantic. So that's the rundown. Some things to watch. Land interaction. Hurricanes don't like land, so it's going to be encountering land to its east and to the north as it approaches landfall. Also, the Gulf of Mexico water depth is quite shallow as you get close to the Big Bend area there of Florida. So that churning of the water will bring up a lot of the cooler water below. That's called upwelling. That also is not what the storm enjoys. It likes all of its beverages served hot. So that will be somewhat counteracted by the fast forward speed. So a slower storm would be more inhibited by the upwelling of the cooler water below. But as far as conditions in the upper atmosphere, we call that wind shear. That has relaxed, and that's what's allowed for the intensification today. All right, so there's a rundown, and I'll let you go ahead, and if I can answer any additional questions, I'll be happy to do so. All right, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform W4OVT. Back to you, Alex.
Okay, W4OVT. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Well, you were talking, and I was going through the map on windies.com, and well, it is impressive. as far as I see here, I see that is turning west a little bit. I mean, northwest a little bit because yesterday was supposed to enter through Cedar Key. Now they say it is supposed to get there somewhere around Cranfordville or somewhere between US 319 and Florida 363. So that will locate that very close in between Monticello and Madison, Florida, which is actually, I think, is Suwannee County. Suwannee County will be that Madison or Greensville. So is that the trajectory that you think it will take for sure?
Yeah, well, as I was mentioning, there are a few models today that were suggesting a more northerly solution as far as the future track of the storm until landfall. And so because the National Hurricane Center continues with the turn to the north-northeast in the official forecast package, some of the other outlets I have noticed later this afternoon, they are starting to buy into the idea that northeasterly turn is going to be later. Therefore, the storm is going to go further north than currently forecast officially by the National Hurricane Center. So, it's kind of a roll of the dice, really, to see how the storm is going to behave. But, what I'm going to quote is the official forecast, which is for that north-northeast turn to happen, which will bring it into what I call the catcher's net right there in the Big Bend area. Now, if the storm continues north, well, that's going to put the city of Tallahassee more in play, although they will be on the less severe side of the storm, which will pass the storm will pass to the south and then east of Tallahassee. Well, unless it continues going north, but I haven't seen any model suggesting that. So all the models agree on a
See, I'm right here, and it is raining.
East northeast.
It has been raining here a lot.
When does that turn occur? Does it happen while the storm is still in the Gulf of Mexico, or at or after landfall? And that's gonna have an impact on who receives the remnants of the landfalling hurricane. So what you're looking at on the windy.com, they are buying into the idea that the storm is going to continue north and not make the northeasterly turn before landfall. So we'll just have to keep watching it. The next update from the National Hurricane Center, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and then they'll update again at 11 p.m. It'll be interesting to see if they nudge the track further west out of the central Big Bend area.
Orlando is getting hit by lightning.
That'll be because of the models that are starting to show that solution. Okay, I hope that's clear. And a good question. Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform W4OVT. Back to you, Alex.
Query. Go ahead. The station who is telling something, go ahead. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel United, net control of the American Red Cross Emergency Net. Go ahead, sir. QRZ.
I was curious if any comment about the wind and the reaction to the storm here in Palm Coast, which is about 75 miles south of Daytona Beach, Jacksonville. This is WA1ZRU.
Okay, WA1ZIU, is that correct?
Negative. Zanzibar Radio Uniform.
Okay, W Alpha 1 Zulu Romeo United, Bob or Robert in Palm Coast. Well, we have the specialist today, which is our friend Mark. He is here with Whiskey for Oscar Victor Tango, and actually he will be able to answer you that question. However, I can look at it on windy.com and let you know. But I don't know if you copied Mark. Mark, you had a question here for a gentleman in Palm Coast, which is south of Jacksonville. As far as I see, if the hurricane keep that trajectory, the winds will be, stronger on the right hand side as Mark was planning. But I think if it will continue to go north, it'll be less likely that it will hit with, very, very strong winds to your area. But I'm going to pass the microphone to the expert on the frequency that he was very, very, very helpful and actually very good of his side that he actually is here today again and explaining on us, how the hurricane behave and everything. So microphone to you, Mark, and it is Robert, Whiskey America 1 Zulu Romeo United in Palm Coast, Florida, with the question of what about the wind in his area? How the wind factor would affect his area? Over.
Okay, good copy on Robert. Robert, this is Mark up in North Carolina. Whiskey 4, Oscar Victor Tango. And first of all, are you copying me okay? Over.
Oh, I'm copying you 20 over 9, Mark. Go ahead.
Okay, well, from a few days ago, I have
Saludos,
been
Tony.
speaking
Saludos.
to fellow meteorologists about concerns for Jacksonville because the Big Bend area of Florida is largely uninhabited. It's a lot of scenic marshland there with parks, but the largest populated area that was in the track of and remains in the track of this storm is Jacksonville. Some people saying Tallahassee, but no, that's on the north side and eventually the west side of the center of circulation. I'm sure you know, being a Floridian, that the right front quadrant of any approaching hurricane is where most of the storm's fury is located in terms of winds, rain, and storm surge. Given the fact that the forecast track is just north of Jacksonville, that would put Jacksonville, St. Augustine, and down into your area in that right quadrant of the storm. Now, the further away you get from the storm, of course, those conditions will be less severe. Now, related to what we were just talking about, if the storm should continue a northerly track through the Gulf of Mexico and delay the turn to the north-northeast and then eventually east-northeast, that will bring the track further north of Jacksonville, and therefore you would experience less severe conditions. Not saying it wouldn't be severe, but less severe. So that'll be very important for you to pay attention to, is any change in the official forecast track. Well, as it stands right now, as of the 5 p.m. update from the National Hurricane Center, Jacksonville is going to experience quite an event, and it will be mid to late afternoon tomorrow, and the system could very likely still have sustained winds at hurricane force. Certainly gusts will be at hurricane force with torrential rains. And being a Floridian, you know that very frequently when there's a landfalling hurricane, tornadoes can develop. Usually they're small, but a small tornado is kind of like a small malignant tumor. None of them are good. So Yeah, you're definitely in an area where, if you haven't already, early tomorrow, I would probably lower antennas as much as you can, because you're going to get some squall lines coming through there that will likely cause power outages or trees down, that kind of a thing. All right, well, I hope that's a complete answer and one that was understandable. Whiskey Alpha 1 Zulu Romeo United W4OVT, back to you.
Roger, Roger. Okay, Mark. W4OVT, WA1ZRU. Well, very good. Thank you very much for your assessment. We've been through Ian last year with 115-mile-an-hour winds up against my house without any damage. So, yeah, as the counter rotation and the outer bands come through, I suspect that we may get maybe 50-mile-an-hour gusts and possibly a lot of rain. But it'll be sporadic as a thing, and of course that depends upon the forward speed. And as you say, how far west this thing is going to go. I believe the last assessment was west of Jacksonville, and may even go closer to Apalachicola than it is to Jacksonville.
This is
But we'll
the
see.
Siesta
We just
Beach
have to take a
live
look
camera.
and bear down and see what happens. But thank you, Mark, for your assessment. I appreciate it, and we'll be standing by. W4OVT, WA1ZRU.
Well, all right, and it's also worth mentioning that the counterclockwise winds that you referred to, that will wrap around Atlantic, water, and there is some expected storm surge up north of Jacksonville, Fernanda Beach up to Brunswick. So, it's going to be interesting. And then, by the way, it's too early to really talk much about this, but some of the models are suggesting that once the winds of Idalia get out into the Atlantic, it's going to stall, turn south, and then back to the west. And there's more and more models showing another landfall, which I'm sure you remember Ian did that last year, exiting and then making a second landfall there above Charleston. So we may not be done with this system, so we'll have to watch, but we won't talk about that now. All right, very good, Robert. Good luck riding out the storm there. It sounds like you're going to stay put. All right, very good. Let me turn it back to Alex, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform W4OVT, standing by.
Okay, W4OVT, thank you so much, and thank you as well, Robert, for the question. It was great. Now I'm putting the image of the Clearwater Hilton Beach live camera from Fox 13, and you start to see the water raised a little bit. I mean, I think that was, I don't know if that's live, because I think that is a little bit like a while ago. I don't know, because over here, well, it's raining over here. Maybe it's worse over here than there. But you can notice, that the water level is actually getting the sea have been agitated, and but the water level is going up, but the people still, they remain on the coastline, on the beach, on the water. They like to risk their life. It is unbelievable how many people are actually there watching, and the sea rising, and that is not a good idea. It's not a good idea at all, my friend. So thank you so much. Let me call to see if anybody, let me call in Spanish to see if there is anybody that have any concern from any of the islands of Cuba, or however already passed through Cuba. If somebody from Pinal del Rio, the western part of the island, is back online, is back on the air, and would like to tell us the stories or the situation. I heard it was really, really bad in the western part of Cuba. Vamos a ver alguna estación en español de la isla de Cuba o de alguna isla del Caribe. Buenas noches, QRZ. ¿Alguna estación de los Cayos de la Florida, QRZ?
Whisky 4 Kilo, Whisky Santiago, Alex, buenas noches.
Ok, Whisky 4, Whisky 4, Whisky, Kilo Whisky. Kilo, ay María, ahora, ¿cómo se me olvida, Tony? Tu indicativo, saludos, mi hermano. 5-9 por aquí, como siempre, mi hermanito. Whisky 4 Kilo Whisky Sierra, Whisky 7 Hotel United, venga.
Ok, Alex, buenas noches. Good evening, Alex. This is W4KWS, Whisky 4 Kilo, Whisky Santiago, in the city of Key West, Florida. We had a great day here today. Thankfully, nothing crazy. Gust winds, probably 30, 40 miles an hour at any given time, and nothing too crazy, Alex. We had a good day. We're thankful, and we're praying for all those people who are going to be impacted by the hurricane. So let's hope that it doesn't intensify too much, and let's wish for the best for everyone. You're sounding great. 10 dB over, my friend. Thank you for what you're doing, and this is a critical communication on HF to be able to listen to all the updates that we're getting here. Crystal clear in Key West is always a breath of relief, knowing that in case our infrastructure fails, we have HF. So anyways, I'll give it back to you. I'm sure there's many that want to get to you tonight. You're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. You're sounding great. Whiskey 7 Hotel United. This is W4KWS in Key West. Muchas gracias, Alex.
Okidoki, okidoki. Gracias a ti, mi hermano. Thank you so much for checking in from Key West, Florida. I don't know if our fellow friend, Whiskey 4 Tango, Florida, will be able to step in today. And I was actually texting back and forth with somebody which is in Orlando area. He said, there is some out of bands there already. And my friend Ramon, Whiskey Delta 4 X-Ray, also is reporting that it's raining a lot over there in Naples, Florida. So, things will start, getting worse, but we have to be vigilant, My biggest concern is that the hurricane will do a landfall on the place that is suspected somewhere between Eastern Hatchie or even northern of Cranfordville. Then there is many mobile houses in there or trailers in Madison, Live Oak, Dowling Park, Perry, Mayo, Monticello, and also near Valdosta, Georgia, in Jasper, Live Oak, Lake City. There is a lot of those mobile homes or trailers that if the storm goes north, as is predicted here in Windex.com, then it'll be a big problem because that'll be on the right hand side of the hurricane, which is the stronger and the worst part of the storm. So I'm praying for the hurricane to go through Cedar Key as it was expected yesterday, and then turn into Gainesville area, which are stronger houses, and in Jacksonville and St. Augustine are stronger houses than Lake City, Live Oak, Madison, Perry, and all of those little towns that they had hundreds of thousands of trailers and people that are in vulnerable houses, that it'll be more difficult to handle the wind gust. I don't know if you agree with that, Tony. Whiskey 4 Kilo, Whiskey Sugar, Whiskey 7 Hotel Union. Over.
Whiskey 7 Hotel United, W4KWS,
Alex, and not only do I agree, I've lived through that. I was 13 years old during Andrew, and we lived in Homestead, in almost reservation, Everglades reservation area, and I firsthand saw what happens to trailers. It's absolutely dangerous, incredibly dangerous. I would say to those that can evacuate, and the local authorities should have proper information for them. Do not take the chance, trailer or not, if you're in the coastal area. I lived through it during Andrew, and it was total devastation. It was like a war zone when that happened here in Homestead, and I was 13 years old, Alex, so it's a very vivid memory for me. I can still remember the destruction and the smell. It never goes away. Never goes away. And then we moved here to the Florida Keys, and we've been through 2 storms, and we've also suffered flooding and pretty much lost all of our belongings. But it's what we do here in Florida. We live here because we love it, hurricanes or not. So thank you again.
Hello, Dave.
Turn it back to net control, Alex. Thank you again. I'll be standing by. Whiskey 7 Hotel United. This is W4KWS in Key West, Florida.
Okay, Whiskey 4, Whiskey Kilo Sugar. Kilo Whiskey Sugar. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform returning. Thank you so much for the info and for the feedback. Please stay there just in case, we lost propagation with Mark. And let me ask if anybody else wanted to check into the American Red Cross Emergency Net for South Florida and the Keys, which is actually transmitting live on YouTube on Whiskey 7HU YouTube channel. So anybody who want to check in, QRZ? Negative. Microphone to you, Mark. Go ahead. Whiskey 4, Oscar Victor Tango. Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Any update?
Okay, well, you answered a question I was going to ask you, and that is, are you currently live streaming? And I think people can access that from your QRZ page, correct? Over?
Yes, they can access that through the QRZ page or direct to the YouTube search. They go and they put W7HU, and it will be showing my channel right away. Over.
All right, very good. Y'all check that out, Whiskey 7 Hotel United, and you can access that from the QRZ page there, or just go to YouTube and enter the call there for Alex. I'll just toss out a couple of more resources for folks. There are so many people now on YouTube and on the internet. I've been doing tropical weather for over 40 years and have learned which ones to ignore and which ones to rely on. And I'll just give a couple of, actually 3 websites. So if you've got a pencil handy, those that are listening, the number 1 trusted resource for tropical weather is Dr. Levi Cohen's site, tropicaltidbits.com, tropicaltidbits.com, and he puts out at least a once-a-day video and does a great job explaining all of the variables that are related to the storm. The other one is flhurricane.com, which stands for Florida Hurricane. It's flhurricane.com is an excellent site. Some of the National Hurricane Center directors, that's where they hang out. So a great site there. So we talked about tropicaltidbits.com and flhurricane.com. And then for live video, Mark Sutra's site, hurricanetrack.com. And he has about 9 or 10 live video cameras. Several of those he offers for free on YouTube. If you want to see all of them, he has a Patreon page, which I'm a subscriber, and I can see all of the videos. But he's got some excellent camera position. So when the action really gets going tomorrow after sunrise, check out Mark's YouTube channels. So that's hurricanetrack.com, flhurricane.com, and tropicaltidbits.com. Those are trustworthy sources for all things tropical weather without the hype in some of the clickbaiting that's really getting out of control. But, okay, so I wanted to share that information. I'll turn it back to you, Alex. Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform W4OVT, standing by.
Okie dokie, W4OVT, Whiskey 7 Hotel United returning. Well, thank you so much for the info. I'm checking here the National Hurricane Center, and the last bulletin that they have for Hurricane Idalia is from 5 p.m. So I guess at 7 p.m. they will do something. I guess they're not updating the webpage yet, but they say at 5 p.m. the location of the Hurricane Idalia was on 26.1 north, 84.8 west, about 195 miles, 310 kilometers southwest of Tampa, Florida, and about 300 miles, 480 kilometers south of Tallahassee, Florida. So maximum sustaining winds on 100 miles per hour, which is 155 kilometer, which is, very strong. However, it will get stronger. And the present movement is north, or 360 degrees at 16 miles per hour. So yesterday was 8 miles per hour. 2 days ago was 3 miles per hour, and now it's moving fast, which is great. Moving faster is better because the less interaction with the point, it'll be less devastation. If it goes pass by faster, it will have less time to devastate, on the place that will landfall. So it is, very, very, very tough. They say the storm surge, the combination of the dangerous storm surge and the tide will cause normally dry areas near to the coast to be flooded by raising the water moving inland from the shoreline. The water could reach the following height above the ground somewhere in the indicated area if the peak surge occurs at the time of the high tide. So, Auxilia River, Florida to Yankeetown, Florida, 10 to 15 feet. Yankeetown to Shashawasha, oh wow, I don't know how to pronounce that, Florida, will be 7 to 11 feet. And Ocloscony River, Florida to Auxilia River, 7 to 11 feet. So, in other words, what they are saying here, that the wind will be bad, but the storm surge could be even worse. Okay, the storm surge could be even worse if we don't pay attention on the situation. The people who live close to the coastline, I'll say if it goes like 11 feet, the people who are half a mile away from the coastline, they could have a big possibility to gain, to be impacted, to get some water. So because the terrain is so flat and it's not too high. So I think people should evacuate. Even nothing happens, they have to be prepared for the worst. That's my advice to everybody that are there. And I think, that's what they have to do. Evacuate, go to a higher point or far away from the coastline. And they got to do it now, because I think by tomorrow it won't be time the emergency service won't be able to rescue anybody if the situation is a risk for their own life too. So they have to think that when they have 6-7 foot of water rising on their house, the emergency service won't be able to go and rescue them. That's what I think, and I advise the people to take precaution and exit now their homes, evacuate their homes right now on the places that are mandatory, and take saving the most precious thing, which is the life. Back to you, whiskey. Whiskey 4, Oscar Victor Tango, Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Before I pass the mic to you, let me ask if anybody wants to check in into the American Red Cross Emergency Net. Anybody, anywhere, QRZ? Negative. So back to you, sir. Whiskey 4, Oscar Victor Tango, Whiskey 7 Hotel Union. Over.
Okay, very good. Good comments there. And also
ya me encendió la luz la señora.
besides the storm is the high tide. Tomorrow the landfall expected after sunrise, depending on the landfall location and the forward speed. Sunrise to 9 a.m. High tide around noon tomorrow in that area there, the Big Bend. So the good news is it's not expected to hit at high tide.
De vuelta, brother.
But it will be rising tide. The other issue is tonight, of all nights, is a full moon. Of course, we
Cape 4, Lima, Radio Lima. Saludos, mi hermano. Saludos por ahí, Luis León.
Something else to toss into the mix. Down below Jacksonville, 1 to 3 feet once the storm begins to get the fetch of north easterly winds right on the east side of Florida, and then 2 to 4 feet all the way up to
so nice. They turned off the lights.
River,
that's nice.
In South Carolina. But at landfall, 10 to 15 feet. Storm surge there, and what I call the catcher's mitt there in the Big Bend area of Florida. There's just nowhere for the water to escape. Tampa Bay, it looks like it's going to be 4 to 6 feet of the surge. That surprises me a little bit, but that's the official forecast. Just above St. Pete, there 6 to 9 feet. Before you get into a large stretch from Yankeetown all the way up.
Thank you, Duncan. 7 p.m. Perfect. I'll be here waiting for that update,
Is expected.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Alan.
And I also meant to mention
Fox,
earlier,
go 5, go Papa. Alain.
.com site gets a direct feed from the National Hurricane Center. So that's where I go to get all of the National Hurricane Center updates, because they additionally provide some very good graphics there. That's another feature of that site. Okay, very good. Let's see. The next update expected is 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so about an hour and a half. And we're expecting for a stronger storm at that time. The question is, does it remain Category 2 as was currently upgraded at the 5 p.m. advisory, or do we get into Category 3?
This is the Naples
so 100
camera.
sustained winds as of
It was sent by my friend.
And just as a reminder there that it is forecast to be
Leonidas, Whiskey 4 Lima Uniform Fox.
So Category 2 is 96 to 110 mile per hour. Category 3 is at 111 mile per hour to 129. And hopefully we won't be talking about a Category 4 storm. Some outlets were hyping that idea, but it's not forecast to go beyond Category 3. So All right, back to you, Alex. Whiskey 7 Hotel United from Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango. Standing by.
Okay, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango, Whiskey 7 Hotel United returning. Thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate it. Let me see if anybody wants to check in into the American Red Cross Emergency Net, QRZ. Vamos a ver alguna estación que quiera hacerse presente en la red de emergencia de la Cruz Roja Americana para el sur de la Florida y los Cayos. Adelante, QRZ. Negative. So we'll continue to provide some information over here as much as we can. So I actually was getting a report from Whiskey 4 Lima Uniform Foxtrot, Leonidas. He was actually sending me cameras, live cameras from the western coast, the west coast of Florida, like Naples and Marco Islands and stuff. So thank you, Mr. Leonidas, for the information. So thank you so much, my friend. Also getting report from the island of Cuba. There is a gentleman there that he told me that the storm devastated the western part of the island. It was a lot of flood in there, and a lot of people are lost in, houses and, they don't have a count if they lost any life. Hopefully no, because since Cuba is a communist country, they mandate the people to evacuate, so the people have to go, or they go there and take them and mandatory, or they force them to evacuate. So, which, if you see it from the perspective that is bad in one point, at the other point they save their life. Of course they don't do that over here. They suggest the people to evacuate, and they say even mandatory, but if you decide that you stay there, you have to stay on your own risk, and that's why the people lose their life because of that situation. I want to say hello to Foxtrot Golf of 5 Golf Papa Alain, and 7 p.m. Will be the next update from the National Hurricane Center. So thank you so much, Leonidas, for the information. Gracias por la información, Leonidas. So Judel, Papa Zulu 2 Yankee Tango from Suriname is also there in the frequency. Hello, Judel. Thank you for checking in, my friend. All right, let me see. Anybody anywhere who want to check into the American Red Cross Emergency Net for South Florida and the kids, doing an update on Hurricane Idalia, QRZ. Okay, Whiskey 4 Lima Uniform Foxtrot. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel United returning. Thank you so much. Gracias por la información. Gracias ahí por la ayuda. Y bueno, estamos pendientes aquí de lo que pueda suceder acá en la costa oeste de la Florida. Y estamos poniendo nuestras oraciones para que nuestros hermanos, nuestros fellow Americans en la costa oeste y en Florida Panhandle no sufran pérdidas humanas, ¿no? Lo importante es que no hayan pérdidas humanas. Lo material se resuelve. America is one of the biggest country in the earth, the best country, in fact, on the earth. And, losing a life will be very bad, but material things you can recover that, and with the hard work of the American people, we can go back in track on track. But what we don't want is to see on the news that we lost even one person on the meteor, on the hurricane. So people have to watch, people have to listen and evacuate, people have to take a safe place and forget about the material things. I know sometimes it's very difficult to get off of what you worked for so many years, but in this case, your life is the most valuable assets that you have. So you got to go away from the coastline, because the biggest damage here will be due to the storm surge, and that is the concern or of the authorities here in Florida. Okay, let me see the other station who was checking in. QRZ. Repeat your call.
TO2OQ, QRT. Speak Charlie Oscar 2 Oscar Queen, QRT.
Okay, Charlie Oscar 2 Oscar Queen, QRP. Osmani in Havana, Cuba. How are you, sir? Good evening. Welcome aboard. Muchas gracias por hacerte presente, Osmani, desde La Habana, Cuba. Cuéntame cómo está la situación por allá por Pinal del Río. ¿Qué has sabido? Darnos, por favor, un reporte de lo que han dicho allí en las noticias locales, y si ha tenido reporte de algún colega de la zona 1, Wesley.
Perfecto, bueno, no estoy teniendo con mucha potencia, sabes que tengo un poco de bastante reflejado acá en 40 metros. Información por algunos amigos radio aficionados que tengo ahí en Pinar del Río, ya tú sabes, el desastre total en toda la parte de Pinar del Río, bastantes afectaciones, etcétera, etcétera, es lo que te puedo comentar. Acá la corriente la quitaron 6:25 de la mañana y regresó hace 5 de la tarde aproximadamente, regresó por acá, pero hubo bastante afectación también en esta zona debido a las fuertes ráfagas de viento de unos 102 kilómetros sostenidos, es lo que te puedo decir. Mucha lluvia, intensas lluvias desde la madrugada, rachas de viento superiores a los 102 kilómetros por hora. Bueno, te digo, por información que he hablado por teléfono con algunos amigos de Pinar, ha dejado totalmente desastre parte de toda la zona de Pinar del Río. Adelante.
Okay. Charlie Oscar 2, Oscar Queen. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Déjame explicarle en inglés. What the fellow friend from Cuba is telling me that they lost the power at 6 a.m. this morning, and they just got back an hour ago. And he said that he was registered 102 kilometer wind gusts there due to the outer bands, or the right hand side of the storm. And he have phone calls with people on the western part in Pinal del Rio, other fellow hams, and they're reporting him that it was catastrophic. A lot of wind damage and water. The most bad thing was the water there on the western part in Pinal del Rio, Cuba. So there is some towns that are incommunicated, that they don't have any access to them. I think they maybe lost bridges or something, or it was the river got overflooded, and but they need to wait until tomorrow that the water goes down, and maybe later on tonight, and then start accessing the and seeing all the damage that Hurricane Idalia, who was a tropical storm at the time of starting passing, and it did convert into the hurricane category 1 while it was there on the coastline of Cuba as well. So, gracias, Osmani, por la información. Before you go, antes de que te vaya, cuéntame cuántos vatios. How many watts are you running right now? And if you're doing that on battery, or you're doing that on a regular power supply. Over.
tengo un poco de reflejada acá en la S. Acá en la banda de plano, pero tengo bastante reflejada y no quiero subir mucha potencia acá, porque tengo apagado el acoplador automático externo, pero estoy con solamente radio. Y yo escucho 5, 9 más 10 más 20 decibeles por acá, perfecto.
Ok, me dijiste 10 vatios o 100 vatios.
5 vatios nada más.
Wow, 5 watts, 5 watts. That's doing great job. It's doing a great job, and the audio is amazing. So you can play that back on the YouTube later on, sir. So thank you very much for the contact. Gracias por el contacto desde la isla de Cuba. Thank you for the QSO from the island of Cuba. And if you want to stay there and you feel like you can come back again with more power or even QRP, I will be more than happy to answer you. And if you need anything from the U.S., let us know. If you need any phone call or any kind of information, you can count on us over here, my friend. So thank you. And 73, Charlie Oscar 2, Oscar, Quebec. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform Net Control of the American Red Cross Emergency Net. 73, sir. All the best. Muchas gracias. Un abrazo. Okay, there is any other station who want to check in into the net? This is Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform QRZ. QRZ. I know there is somebody there, but I'm going to relay on Mark. Mark, do you copy the station that is trying to call right now? Go ahead.
Yeah, I believe that's Maple Heights, Ohio. Kilo Echo 8, Papa Mike Mike. This is Whiskey 4, Oscar Victor Tango. Name is Mark in North Carolina. Good evening. Okay, very good. I'll pass that along to Alex there, and he's net control, helping him out with the relay here. Do you have, I got your comment. Is there any question that you have, over?
What's so word for
All
what?
right, well, thank you for being here. And,
For radio or for what?
Alex, that's Kilo Echo 8, Papa Mike Mike. Melvin Mel, and he's in Ohio. He's monitoring the frequency, and he's also monitoring the live feed. He wanted to pass that along. All right, very good. Thank you for being here, Melvin. Whiskey 7 Hotel United, W4 OVT. Nothing further.
Okie dokie. Thank you so much. I copied Melvin on the very deep on the noise, but I was copying some part of the comments. But thank you so much for replaying back. I know Melvin, since 2021, he's been a good friend. We used to talk in 20 meter, 17 meter bands. And, thank you so much, Melvin, for checking in. Thank you for staying there. Please pray for the Floridians. We need your pray. And also, I know we're talking about and focus on Florida for the landfall, but that hurricane will pass through Georgia and South Carolina as well. So we have to be very careful that not only focus in Florida. Florida will be, Florida will be very impacted, but Georgia and South Carolina could be hit quite well as well. So unless the interaction with the land will degrade lower than Category 1, they will have a significant wind. 100 miles per hour winds are not a joke. Even it's Category 1, 75 miles per hour. They say it could be still when it crosses the border to Georgia, it could be 100 miles per hour. So that is not quite, funny, not quite well. So thank you very much, Mark, for the relay in there. I'm going to call again. If I don't listen anybody, if you listen someone, please step up and take it. Thank you very much. You're being very helpful today, and I have no way to pay you what you're doing for us tonight. Thank you a thousand times, Mark. Back to you, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform. Over.
Okay, well, thank you for organizing this very much, and it's my pleasure. Yeah, I was just looking at the.
You say that in the back?
Of the system.
No, those are that's the wall. And if you're talking about that's the radio program, is the ELAT software. That's the ELAT software.
The peninsula, headed up towards the Palm Coast region, St. Augustine. I just checked to see if there are any tornado warnings, and there were earlier, but they've all expired. So a couple of really angry-looking cells coming up through those squall lines. That's all energy associated with Idalia. But no doubt some heavy rain, lightning, and torrential rains with those outer bands. The next big update coming in about 1 hour from the National Hurricane Center with the 8 p.m. Eastern Time update. As of 5 p.m., the storm was upgraded to Category 2. Maximum sustained winds 100 miles an hour. Track still due north. The expected turn to the north-northeast has not yet occurred, and there's a lot of questions about when will that turn happen. Everybody believes it will, but it's very important for the official forecast track that turn happens while the system is in the Gulf of Mexico. Otherwise, they're going to have to make an adjustment. So I'll be looking at that coming up here at 8 p.m. to see if there's been a shift west of the current landfall, which is in the middle of the Big Bend area as of the 5 p.m. update. Okay, back to you there, Alex. This is, Whiskey 7 Hotel United, W4OVT, standing by.
Okay, W4OVT. I have the, the projected map for 9 a.m. tomorrow, and that will put the eyes of the storm right near, in between, let me see if I can go closer here. US 98 between Crawfordville and Perry, so Florida. So here will be around 10 a.m. The ice will be right here, somewhere to the northwest of Perry and south of Greenville and Madison, west of Madison. By 12 p.m. it'll be right here, leaving Live Oak to the right hand side. I have a good friend who lives in Live Oak. That's why I'm concerning as well. And then I have another friend who lives there in Live Oak that just purchased a new one of those mobile homes that they put together, a double Y, and it's not even living in there yet. And if that hurricane passed by and destroyed the home, then he have the hassle to go through the insurance and blah blah blah, and that'll be a very 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 bad situation for him. So hopefully God protect everybody there, all the vulnerable people. And at least I know they will take care of shelter. They will go to a shelter, and I think they're already at the shelter right now. So let me see. Anybody who want to check in into the American Red Cross Emergency Net coming in. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel United and Company. Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango and Mark over there helping us tonight. Anybody anywhere? QRZ. Hello, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meter. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel United, W7 Hotel Union with the American Red Cross Emergency Net. Anybody who want to check in, QRZ? Hello, CQ 40 meter. Hello, CQ 40 meter. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel United, W7HU, net control of the American Red Cross Emergency Net and Company, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango. Anybody who want to check in, QRZ? I don't copy anybody. You want to call a bit, Mr. Mark, while I'm going to grab a glass of water because I'm a little bit thirsty now. Over.
Oh, sure. I'll be happy to make a call. All right. Let me make one. I'm typing a message here. Just 5 seconds. All right. Here is Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango. I'm in North Carolina. My name is Mark, and I'm assisting net control. Alex, Whiskey 7 Hotel United down in Cutler Bay, Florida. I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina. So this is the American Red Cross Emergency Net for Hurricane Idalia. And we're taking check-ins. Anybody with a comment or question about the storm related to its current conditions or forecast track, pretty much anything goes. Your full call sign phonetically, please. Call now. Here is Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango assisting control for the American Red Cross Emergency Net for Hurricane Idalia. Any station that has a comment or question about the current status of the storm or its projected path and intensity, you're welcome to offer a question or comment. QRZ.
Okay, I'm back here, sir. I'm back here. Do you have anybody?
No, just a lot of QRM, but I've got a great copy on you. And you made a really good comment earlier, Alex. I was looking at Google Earth. A lot of the structures, and thankfully there are not very many of them in the wildlife reserve area there at the Big Bend of Florida, which is where the projected landfall, they aren't much more than just little shacks. It looks like the kind of structure that maybe was built in a weekend or maybe a month. Nowhere near the strength of structures as you were talking in Tallahassee and over in Jacksonville. Unfortunately, from the looks of those structures that I was seeing, they're going to be doing a lot of rebuilding there. So, I wanted to make that comment. So, just as I mentioned earlier, if you want to see some video cams dispersed in the
Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, Bernard Cooper.
Area,
Thank you so much, my friend.
Mark Sudger's YouTube page, Hurricane Track. All one word, Hurricane Track. Is quite skilled at deploying these live stream videos. Some of them go underwater and survive. It's pretty incredible to watch his video feeds. And he offers several of those for free. If you want to see all of his webcams, he is offering a Patreon subscription, but I'm just one of his customers. I'm otherwise not affiliated with him. And then we talked about Dr. Levi Cowan's site, tropicaltidbits.com, tropicaltidbits.com. That is another resource. For this is the number one resource I go to, having been involved with tropical weather meteorology for over 40 years. It's as the TV show used to say, Dragnet, just the facts, man. He does not get caught
Hey,
up
Paul,
in the
how
hype.
are you, brother?
He's quite gifted, too, at explaining complex topics that just about anybody can understand. So check that out. And then where I go for the official updates from the National Hurricane Center is a website called flhurricane.com. It stands for Florida Hurricane. A number of ex-National Hurricane Center directors who've retired. That's where they all hang out. So there's a few websites. There, hurricanetrack.com, tropicaltidbits.com, and flhurricane.com. And then don't forget that Alex, who is the net control here, is live streaming his activation here for the American Red Cross Emergency Net.
Yes,
And
maybe
with that,
later,
I'll
man.
turn it back to
Remember,
Alex.
I only
Hotel
run in
United
150.
W4OVT monitoring.
Okay, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Well, wanted to say hello to Vernon Cooper, my good friend there in the UK, and also Paul, Mr. Paul. He's not copying me there. Well, Paul, I'm running only 150 watts. In fact, the guy who is building my new amplifier lives in Live Oak, Florida. So my new amplifier that is almost done is there in Live Oak. So, but his home is made on a slave. So is built from scratch, from the ground. It's not a mobile home, but hopefully they have no trouble with the electricity, because remember, there is a lot of trees in there, and the electricity is aerial. So a tree hit the power line and could take the power off for a couple days until they fix that. Especially that they not often get hurricanes in that area. In fact, a hurricane like that magnitude, I don't think that we'll ever get. I got an information yesterday that Irma was hitting like that, but I think when he passed through there was a tropical storm, not a hurricane. But that's what I was reading on it. There is many information, a lot of sources here and there. But anyway, the fact is this is happening, and hopefully it won't affect those people on, little tiny homes that are now secure. There is hundreds, thousands of people there that have those mobile homes, and that is my bigger concern. That the people get attached to their properties and they say, well, we never have anything like that here. I'm not leaving. I have the woods protecting me, and guess what? The hurricane don't believe in anything. The hurricanes are bad. They behave very, very bad, and people have to go and take a safer place. They have to go and take a shelter as soon as they can. Today, right now, they gotta go and take that shelter. I've been repeating this for the past 3 days. If you're vulnerable, if you are on a mobile home or a trailer, go to a shelter. Go to a shelter if you are in a hurricane path. So please do that for me. Do that for you. Do that for your home, for your family, and that's going to be even better. Let me see. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform W7 Hotel United from Cotter Bay, Florida, running the American Red Cross Emergency Net. Anybody who want to check in, QRZ.
W5HBY.
QRZ? QRZ?
W5HBY. I've been standing here on the side listening to you guys. How copy?
Okay, W5 Hotel Victor Yankee.
W5HBY. Hotel Bravo Yankee. How copy?
Okay, W5 Hotel Bravo Yankee Edmundo in Louisiana. How are you, sir? You're 5'9" plus. Beautiful audio. Go ahead.
I'm running, let's see what this thing is doing. It's doing about 150 watts. I'm barefoot. Homemade antenna just strung between two poles. Remote antenna tuner. The Azu FTDX 5000. Just got about 3 hours on it since you. Hoping everybody in Florida makes it through this hurricane. I've lived through 4 or 5 of them in South Louisiana. Okay.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much, sir. And I'm copying you, as I say, 5'9" and with the beautiful modulation. Also running 150 watts in antenna. As I was explaining now, my new amplifier is in Live Oak. They're finishing there. My buddy Omar KO6PK is finished now. Not now. I mean, he's now preparing to receive the Hurricane Idalia. And, but I'm copying you quite well. We're right here creating awareness of the situation with not a tropical storm. I have to edit that name, and it's not a tropical storm. It's a Hurricane Idalia. Okay, I put it like tropical storm, but it's a Hurricane Idalia. So, how copy over there, and any question that you have, we have an expert here, which is our fellow friend Mark, and he is Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango, Mark, and he is the expert on meteorology. So back to you, Ed. Over.
Well, I'm not an expert in meteorology. I'm a washed-out, retired engineer who specialized in telecommunications. My interest in ham radio goes back about 40, 50 years. I've lived through a bunch of hurricanes, but I'm not an expert in meteorology. You guys have come in fact, you're 20 over 9. A very solid topic, very solid topic. I just pray the guys down there in Florida make it through all this, and there will be damage, and there will be power losses. And at one time, I thought about loading up a bunch of generators and bringing down there and selling them cheap. But I'm getting too old for those kind of ventures. I have access to a lot of generators, very low time generators, diesel generators. I have access to a lot of them. But what is your QTH, old man? You didn't say. W5 Hotel Bravo Yankee.
Okay, Whiskey 5 Hotel Bravo Yankee. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel United. My QTH is Cutler Bay, Florida. Cutler Bay, Florida. And I was not mentioning that you are an expert on meteorology. I'm talking about Mark, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango, which is an expert on the topic. And if you have any questions for him, he will be also able to answer to you. I'm learning a lot with him while he's educated the people that I'm listening on the frequency and also watching the live stream on YouTube, Mr. Ed. I'm located in Cutler Bay, Florida, which is 21 miles south of Miami, and I'm the American Red Cross Emergency Net Control here for South Florida and the Keys. Over.
I did not know Red Cross had such a net. I know Red Cross at one time had UHF radios in conjunction with the HAMS, but I read where they dismantled that organization and started relying on satellite communications. I could have been wrong, and I could have read it could have been just some kind of negative publicity. But we own a place in Destin, Florida. We have a place in Destin, Florida. We have a penthouse down there. And I elected not to go and sit the storm out because I said plenty of these storms out here in Louisiana. And the meteorology friend, he gave me a call and I forgot. I didn't know about any of you guys. I just wanted to say hello, and your coffee is very solid here in South Louisiana. Actually, I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana, if you know where that is. I'm going to bow out, and I'm going to continue listening to you guys, and let's pray that everybody in Florida makes it through this thing. W5 Hotel Bravo Yankee.
Okay, Whiskey 5 Hotel Bravo Yankee. This is Whiskey 7 Hotel United returning. Well, thank you so much, Ed, for checking in. Let me pass the mic to our friend Mark there. And thank you for checking in. Go ahead, Mark. Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango. Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Any things you want to say right now? Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, very good, Alex. And had a good copy there on Edmond in Louisiana. Good evening to you. This is Whiskey 4, Oscar Victor Tango. This is Mark in North Carolina, assisting net control here on the American Red Cross Emergency Net for Hurricane Idalia. Just pulled up the National Hurricane Center, posted a YouTube video about a half hour after the last update, which was the 5 p.m. update. And we are now waiting for 8 p.m. Eastern Time update in about 40 minutes just to see. I'll be looking for two things in particular. Additional strengthening. The storm did get upgraded to Category 2 in 5 p.m. update. The force direction of the storm is continuing due north. So we're looking for this northeasterly turn that's forecast by the National Hurricane Center. So both intensity and the direction of travel is what I'm going to be paying especial attention to coming up here with the 8 p.m. update, because that turn, if it does not occur or occurs later, will determine whether or not will determine the inland track of the system. So be watching that. All right, well, I have here continuing to hear you quite well, Alex. There. So this is Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango assisting net control for the American Red Cross Emergency Net for Hurricane Idalia. Back to you, Alex, standing by here.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you so much. Well, I was checking actually my, my ID for the American Red Cross here. I gotta have a handle here. I put it on a better place right here that I can access very quick, just in case I need to go somewhere else and deploy if I need to do it. So it's always good to have it with me. So thank you so much, my friend. I think I'm gonna stop the net for now, and I'll be back after 8. I'm going to take a break because I have to step out and do something for the family. I need to get something, and then I'll be back. If you want to hang out on the frequency, that'll be great. I don't know if you have the time to do that, but I may come back later on, and then we have the update, the 8 o'clock update. And we can continue to provide, the information and creating the awareness of the Hurricane Idalia with the fellow hams here in the western part of Florida and across the state as well. So back to you, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform. Over.
Yeah, this is Ed again. I'm going to break in there one more time. I heard you say you're having an amp built. It was a fun project. I got a big Henry amp over here I bought 5-6 years ago. I used it with my ham station, but never thought I'd bring it up here. It's too heavy for me to carry up here. So I'm going to be selling it. Nice, big, beautiful, pretty Henry radio amplifier. W5 HPY 73, guys.
Oh, 73 Ed, thank you so much. I know the Henry. I used to have a Henry 3KA. a Henry 3KA, a monster. I used to live in Pennsylvania back in the time, and I operated, like a year or so, the Henry 3KA. Over.
It's a 3K something. Might be a 3KA that I have. It's a workhorse, so I'm told. I never put it on the air. Don't have any help to get it upstairs. But I'm going to go see if the wife has got dinner ready, and then I'll come back and listen to you guys. 73's, good luck riding the storm. W5 Hotel, Bravo Yankee, W5 HBY, 73.
73, old man. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mark. And this is Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Listening your comment for the final, and then I will close it here, the live stream and everything, and I will come back in about 40 minutes or so.
All right, very good. Well, enjoy the break, and I'll probably stay on frequency here, eager to see the 8 p.m. update. And,
Saludos, mi hermano.
We'll
A Petre
continue to
Lima.
take comments and questions, if that's okay. Alex, over.
Yes, sure. Go ahead. You're more than welcome to keep the frequency, or if you want to take a break as well, I'll try to come back. I'm going to take a break now that it's not raining, because it was raining very hard earlier, and I need to take this, chance that it's going to be like a window of 30 minutes of no rain to step out and go to the Publix and then come back, but you never know, even you have an umbrella, it could be raining very heavy with wind, and then I don't want to get wet. You can get sick very soon here if you get wet. I don't know why, but the water here. I remember when I was a child, I used to take a shower on the rain, and I never got sick. And now, if you get only a couple of like a drizzle or just a little bit of water, you can get sick easy. Oh my God, I don't know what happens. But anyway, I think it's because I'm getting old. Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango, Whiskey 7 Hotel United, signing off and clear. Thank you so much. And this part will end them up for now. The American Red Cross Emergency Net on my side. And my friend Mark will take the frequency. And if you have any question for him, go ahead. Go ahead, Mark, and thank you, 73.
Okay, Alex. Safe trip to Publix, I think you said you're going to. And get you something good to drink and eat. All right, Whiskey 4, Oscar Victor Tango, assisting net control for the American Red Cross Emergency Net here for Hurricane Idalia. And interested in your comments or questions about the current status of the storm, the projected forecast path, warnings, all the above. So the call here again, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango. Name is Mark and.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for checking in tonight, and I'll try to be back after 8. Mr. Duncan, say hello to Sue over there. Thank you so much, Josh, there in Delta Hotel 1 Kilo Juliet. Ham Radio Live, my good buddy there in Washington State. Thank you for stopping by as well. Whiskey 4 Kilo Whiskey Sugar, thank you for the support, Tony. And Papa Zulu 2 Yankee Tango, Udell, thank you. Kilo Mike 6 Yankee Sugar Dave, thank you. Thank you so much. Luis Leon, Kilo Papa 4 Lima Radio Lima, thank you very much for stopping by today, Mr. Charlie Oscar 2 Oscar Queen, thank you from Havana, Cuba. Alain Fox Germany 5 Golf Papa, thank you so much for stopping by. Ben Sumer, thank you so much for stepping in. I'm using the Streamlabs OBS for my transmission, and the software that you see, the radio, is the native software for the ELAT radio that I have. This little radio that I actually carry on here. So, Bernard Cooper, thank you. It's very late for you, and you're still here. Thank you so much for stepping in and saying hello as well. Paul, thank you, brother. We need to have a QSO very soon, man. Missing those days. Thank you so much, Mr. Radio Kilo 3 Kilo Papa 3 Lima. Thank you for the QSO. Thank you for everybody. Let me make the last shot over here. This is the current position of the hurricane, and if I click here, the motion, it will show you how will we progress in the next couple hours. Look at that. I start the motion video, and it's getting close to land. So it's talking about Wednesday 1 a.m., Wednesday 3 a.m., Wednesday 5 a.m., Wednesday 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. It will be landfall somewhere there in northern part of Florida. By 1 p.m. it'll be by Valdosta, Georgia, and Douglas. And by Wednesday 7 p.m. it'll be almost on the eastern part of the coast right there. And by Thursday 2 a.m. it'll be by Charleston, South Carolina, and it will take into the water by Thursday 9 a.m. It'll be out on the ocean again, on the Atlantic Ocean. So that's the projection. This doesn't mean that it will be like that, but it could be a big possibility that it'll be doing like that. Oh, I didn't show that. Hold on 1 second. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me put that back again. Okay, this is the projection. 11 p.m. Tuesday. It'll be going there. Wednesday 5 a.m. Wednesday 8 a.m. It'll be actually passing through somewhere in Perry, Madison, Florida by Wednesday 1 p.m. It'll be by Valdosta, and 4 p.m. it'll be by Douglas, and it will pass to the eastern side, western part of Savannah, Georgia, and then it will be in Charleston, South Carolina by Thursday 3 a.m. and by Thursday 8 a.m. it'll be exiting the mainland, going to the Atlantic Ocean. By 2 p.m. it'll be already in the Atlantic Ocean right here. I'm sorry that I didn't show you that before, but here you go. You got him now. Thank you so much. And 73, I'll be back. And thank you for checking into the net. I have to step out, but I'll be back. 73, God bless you all. Pray for the Floridian. Pray for the people in Georgia and South Carolina, and pray for the American people.